of all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start.
Let's go.
Bridgewater now on second down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Christian Michael was the intended receiver, and it's third down. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
Aqib Talib is one of the great gambling corners in the league. When he gets an idea and a notion and jumps a route, it often results in 6 points for his team.
And the wideout in motion. On third down, Bridgewater. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Bridgewater to throw it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Buying time to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time, and it's third down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. Well, you saw 5 receivers out there, third down from that distance. You had to think quick pass. They were able to get it done.
No doubt about it.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll run it here. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, free safety was there, no gain.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Luke Wilson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And a quick look at the Buccaneer defensive starters.
A former first-round selection, Bradley Roby, is comfortable whether covering in the slot or outside the numbers.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in the touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. David Irving. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. A second down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the first down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football in the running play and stopped them short of a first down.
This is taken at the 15. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now the up man has it. It's a fake, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down. One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play.
And the ball is knocked out. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch the pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. David Irving in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Second down, Bridgewater. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Third and long for Bridgewater. He's got time in the pocket, and he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Stephen Paya in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from second to third down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Jones will come now in motion right. Out of the gun now on third down. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. Jordan Matthews all by himself. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jordan Matthews Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
No gain on the play there, second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Dustin ColonelQue's now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Olivier Vernon in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle to Evans. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw now on first down. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Back to throw here. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
And Rudolph has it left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Julio Jones. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Saints have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. David Irving getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Fighting through. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Jay Ajayi's going to go. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans. Jay Ajayi, 70 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Their dangerous wide receiver, 79 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50? The ball's in the air, defender's there, receiver's there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got it done and knocked it away.
Here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We're back to New Orleans after this. 6 yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And Matthews has it right side. It's still fighting. And he's brought down. 15 yards there on the catch and run. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds Matthews. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 4th down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Bridgewater on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner. Get him out.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Javon Hargrave able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. To throw is Bridgewater. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this 1st half. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating 1st half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Flex round! Flex round! Watch the twist! Flex round! Flex round! Check 31!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to try and go deep again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now back to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here comes the Saints punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through. And we are moving on and ready to go for the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down. Bridgewater now on second down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good game. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Bridgewater now from the 50. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Javon Hargrave in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Under pressure, and they got to him again. David Irving able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. The tight end in motion right. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that...
And how about this, a fake? Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's a pickup of 14 there, and that leads to a New Orleans first down. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. And the penalty now makes it 1st and 20. They'll set up a throw. And Matthews has it right side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
Looking to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more.
And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Buccaneers will take over at the 20. So out come the Bucs now. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And this is, he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a safe touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Javon Hargrave getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Let's go.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing, Bridgewater over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 14 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And they're going to speed things up here. Bridgewater on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Defense showing blitz. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise there in the dime.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go.
Now Evans in motion left. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
They'll drop to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he hits his man, Matthews. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Let's go. Move 58. Move 58.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, the fumble to turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now back to throw. Finding time. He's going to float this one deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jude I.J. Barima. Oh, and the defender took some liberties there with a late hit, roughing the passer.
The league has done a great job of defining what is a late hit and illegal contact on a quarterback. The defenders really have to get in line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
They'll toss it to Ajayi. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And that'll be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. And that play didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And this is going to be incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So now from a defensive perspective, they might still have a pulse.
Yeah, that probably would have sealed their fate, but now they're still within 2 scores.
Over the middle here to Wilson. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Luke Wilson, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Second down, Bridgewater. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Red zone opportunity. Bridgewater on first down. This will be caught at about the 6. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
They'll begin the drive with a Jai. And some space here. 12 yards on the pickup, and that leads to a New Orleans first down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got time. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. They'll set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Bridgewater now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing just about on his own goal line. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. How does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here? And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth. And a catch right side by Evans. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And this is caught by Evans. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled. And while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. 19 yards there on the pickup. And just like that, it's third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. They'll look to throw again. A dump off to Sims. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now this time he'll look to throw. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And oh, it caught up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Bridgewater. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally,
now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 18. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. It's Marcus Wheaton now to return it. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well, he flew past 200, 300, and 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Back to throw here. And he's got it, complete to Fowler. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looked nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Matthews that time, and 4th down coming up. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him. But that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get it back in the groove.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
What can Bridgewater do in the OT? And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Third down at 8 now. Play clock winding down. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on 4th down. Time running out here on the play clock. Bridgewater to throw it. Now this is brought in by Pryor. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Let's go.
On the ground, it's Michael. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. And to give this time to the tailback. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Play action now. Bridgewater surveying the field. He's going to oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Drops it off to Ajayi. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First down, he'll drop to throw. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there in overtime. 55 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Back to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to